do what he's going to do or how he's going to do it. And I realized, though, you know what? You know what's so wonderful about that is that it's faith, right? It's like it is pure faith, right? To have to sit there and just say, you know what? I gotta let go of everything and trust you. You know, and so for me, it's that constant battle against my own sin. You know, like I know God's good and I know He's gonna make a way. And, you know, there's a lot of like things going on, like financially. There's a lot of things just going on in my life that like I don't know like how, like I can't see the way. You know, like I can't see like how is this even gonna work out. And so I just keep realizing like trust in Jesus. I was talking about in Matthew 14, chapter 14, I think it was like verse 28 where Peter he sees Christ and he runs out to touch him, he runs out to talk to him. He says, Jesus, is that you? Right? They're all scared. Storms come upon them. They think they're seeing a ghost. Jesus says, it's me. And Peter says, can I come out to you? Man, he was running out to him. And it's amazing how that image, right? Like when you have your eyes, I don't know about you guys out there, man, but when I have my eyes steadfast on Christ, like I don't worry. Like when I keep my eyes focused on Him and not myself, but I keep looking to Him, He takes all my anxiety away. And it goes back to Moses, right? As the Son of Man must be lifted up. I mean, as the serpent was lifted up, so shall the Son of Man be lifted up. That all who would believe in Him, other versions call upon Him, they'll be saved. And I realize that that's what we're constantly doing in this walk, man. We are constantly having to fight, taking our eyes off ourselves. Like, yeah, we're told, right, to evaluate yourself, to see, are you really in the faith? I mean, that is a thing. But I can't get myself where I need to be. Like, I can't. It's a matter of, like, fully depending. And at the same time, having a desire to do that which is right. But even I was talking about this before, this is utter depravity. Even like my utter desire to do that which is right? We hear Paul say this, like I want to do that which is right, but when I want to do that which is right, I do that which is wrong. And so he's at this war with sin, right? And so even when like I want to do what's right, I'm battling. Like I need help. I need help. And I love when I look at Peter and he's going to the bottom, right? He's sinking. And he cried out to Jesus. And Jesus, just like that, grabbed Peter, pulled him up out of the water. And so I realized like that's what we need to do. Like we need to take our eye off ourselves. Yeah, evaluate yourself. Are you really in the faith? Absolutely true. But even then to go on, like, Lord, I need your help. I need your help to go on. Right? A lot of times, man, we look around and it's like, you guys ever do this? Like, you look at the world, and forgive my language, but it's pretty damn depressing, right? Like, you look at the world and we have a guy punching a girl in the face, right? Like, this is making the headlines. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. A male boxer This is it. This is the generation that we all live in, right? Like, a male boxer is punching a female. Like, 20 years ago, that's assault, and you're going to prison. Like, men don't hit women. And we live in such a corrupt society that we make it okay for a man to beat on a woman. Like, things are getting real backwards, right? And so you can't look at the world. Like, if you're gonna, you guys ever do this, man, you really want hope, you really want living water, look to Christ. Like, the more you look to this world to satisfy you, or the more you look to this world to like bring you comfort, or the more you look to this world to take all your cares and your problems away, it'll never happen. It's all vain. It's all vain, right? Like, go after money. You think millions of dollars and having it all is going to please you? Look at people who actually are worshipped by other people. Like, you think that's going to please you? No, man. Look at Hollywood. These people become rich. They want the world to worship them. The world worships them, and what do? They spend all their money trying to get away from the world. They spend all their money trying to be on like some back road away from everybody, hidden away. Like, they wanted all that fame, and then they got that fame, and they're like, I really don't want that fame. Or people who like seek for money, and they seek for money, and it's like, I finally got it, and it's like, but then they want more. And it's like all the money in the world, it's like Elon Musk, it can't fix. Like, there's a problem. It's that you're going to die and I'm going to die. Right? And like, no matter what you turn to, no matter where you go, your hope will be robbed from you, because if it's in the world, it will be robbed. But if it's in Jesus, it'll well up. You're like, how is that so? Because every trial and every tribulation that you're going to go through, and every hardship, is to show you that Christ is real. You're like, what? Where do you find that? Look at the disciples. Every time a problem came along, every storm that hit them, what'd they do? We don't have enough people to feed, Lord. How much do we have? Some loaves, some fish. We got 5,000 men to feed. Give it to me. Fed them all. We're going to die in this storm, yeah? Storm be still. I mean, just again and again and again. Woman dies, brings her back to life. Lazarus dies, brings her back to life. What do you say? Lazarus is going sleeping. Now, okay, then he confesses Lazarus is dead. But he's not dead. Like, his death is to glorify Christ. Right? In other words, Jesus was going to allow Lazarus to die so that, or God the Father was going to allow Lazarus to die so that Christ would be magnified. I want you to think about that. So every storm, every trial, every tribulation, every problem, does it mean it's going to go away? No. But it does mean this: Christ is going to make a way through the storm. Right? I'll get to Luke 16. I got you. 19 through 31. I'll read it. But we got to know this, right? Like, we want to go around our problems, right? And Christ can do that. He can take you around the problem. And he does do that. He does do that. I've watched it happen many times in my life. And then sometimes he takes you right through the problem. It's like the parting of the Red Sea. Right? Like, there's nowhere to go. You're all hinged up. There's nowhere to go, right? Here comes an image of Satan and Pharaoh. We got you. And what happens? Boom. A way made where there was no way. So sometimes sometimes we don't like the storms as believers, what we're going through. But the truth of the matter is through the storm our faith grows. Because it's just one more time for God to show that he's God. Like, you don't have any problems, and what happens? You don't have nothing to really have faith over. But if you have problems, you have trials, you have tribulations, you have situations, which I'm going through. I feel all you brothers out there, man. All you sisters, all you people out there, I feel you. I'm going through it too. Do I like it? Nah, it can get real uncomfortable. But I'm telling you, if you trust in Christ, not in your goodness, you trust in Jesus, He's coming. He's going to pull you right up out of that water, just like He did Peter, just like He did. Just like how He calmed the storm. Just like how He saved that little girl, brought her back to life. Just like how He brought Lazarus back to life. The things that happen in our life, if God is who He says He is, and He is sovereign, and He is God, we got to grow in faith. We got to grow in trusting Him. Right? I say this all the time to myself. When it's going well, you need to be thanking Him. And when it's going hard, you need to rely on Him. And I'm preaching this to myself. I ain't just preaching it to you guys, man. Right? I need to get this in my head. Like, rely on Him. Rely on Him. Right? These problems have occurred that Christ would be made much of through faith. Trust Him. Trust Him. He's going to provide. Trust Him. You may not see how these things and all these problems in my life are going to like work out. Like, no way. Like, there's so many things. And it's like, no, you. Little faith. Shh. Trust Him. And that's real hard to do. Because everything my eyes see and hear, it's just like, Lord, don't look at the world. Don't look at the world. It'll drag you down. Right? Look at me. Trust in me. You know, we all grew up watching superheroes as kids, right? And you loved that superhero, didn't you? But superheroes aren't real. Like, we're all dead until Christ makes us alive. And then there's a full dependency upon Him. Not in our goodness. Not even in our faithfulness, though we wish to be faithful, but in His faithfulness, and His love, and His mercy. It's all about Him. It was never about you. It's about Him. And we're relying on Him. God's really teaching me this, man. I tell you what, in this beginning of this Christian walk, I thought I was strong. 3.5 years later, I realized I'm weak. And I'm fully dependent upon Him. And if you guys are liking the video, please smash that like and subscribe. And God bless you all. I'm out. Peace.